Stage 5 of the Tour Down Under is often where the overall classification is decided, and with 33 riders sitting within 14 seconds of race leader Peter Sagan at the start of the day, we were set for a very close finish. The destination today was Willunga Hill, a 3-kilometre climb averaging 7.5%, and the riders would tackle it twice inside the final 20 kilometres after 3 big loops around McLaren Vale and Aldinga Beach. For that reason, it's Richie Porte who comes into the stage as favourite. He's attacked and won on this climb for the last 4 consecutive years. His rivals will have a very good idea when he'll make his move today. It's just a case of whether anyone is strong enough to follow him. What a difference a day makes. With a temperature drop of around 15 degrees Celsius in the space of 24 hours, conditions were much more comfortable for the riders as they set off, and there were several riders who were up for the day's early breakaway. After a neutral zone of just 500 metres, 7 riders launched off the front. The largest break of the week so far quickly settled into a rhythm which gave them a lead that stabilised around the 4-minute mark inside the first hour of racing. A nasty crash from Movistar's Nuno Bico could have ended his day, but he got bandaged up and soon enough was back in the 7-man group. The first objective was to build enough of a buffer to stay away at least until the first time up Willunga Hill, and they weren't breaking focus at the first intermediate sprint of the day at Snapper Point. Trek Segafredo's Fumiyuki Beppu took the points without even disturbing the pace line. 82 kilometres covered in 2 hours equated to a brisk pace, thanks in some part to the southeasterly wind, with the time gap to the peloton barely moving from about 3.5 minutes. However, with a peloton containing many riders with overall ambitions, it was time to step on the pace, with seasoned breakaway expert Thomas de Gendt pulling the brake over the second and final intermediate sprint of the day. UAE Emirates had joined BMC at the front of the peloton, and the lead for the breakaway was falling fast as we began the first ascent of Willunga Hill. The group slowly started to disperse on the steep lower slopes, but de Gendt and King of the Mountains leader Nicolas Dlamini pushed on to the summit. Any sort of points for Dlamini would mathematically secure the King of the Mountains jersey. He thought he'd taken the maximum of 16 here. What he didn't realise was the official finish of the KOM was 150 metres down the road, which de Gendt accidentally claimed as he forged on with his solo move. Fortunately, the Dimension Data Neo Pro still found enough points to secure the polka-dot jersey outright. De Gendt has been in countless breakaways in his time. This is in fact his 5th time in the escape on stages featuring Willunga Hill, but it was always going to be hard to keep the peloton at bay. He was caught as the race barreled along the flat towards Willunga again. The front group was now reduced to only about 30 riders as we started to climb one more time. Peter Sagan had held on admirably to the leaders until he popped with about 1.7 kilometres to go. A couple of 100 metres later and the Richie Porte show was about to begin. He jumped with a trademark opening attack that only Jay McCarthy could follow. Just as the tempo eased slightly, the reigning champion accelerated again, which was enough to crack his compatriot McCarthy. He darted away for yet another victory on Willunga Hill. But now came the nervous wait to see if he'd done enough to clinch the leader's jersey. We thought the rest of the field had been blown away, but blitzing round the corner and down the finishing straight came Daryl Impey, giving everything until the line, and it was just as well that he did. Finishing with exactly the same overall time as Porte, Impey takes the ochre jersey on countback, having a higher cumulative placing on the individual stage rankings.
I'm stoked. Can't believe it. I put in a lot of work for this race, but never thought I'd be in the leaders jersey, so that's fantastic. It's fantastic in Australia with the team, obviously Australian team, so to deliver like this and with the help of the team, it was magical.
I must first of all give credit to my team. They were fantastic today, as per always. Ro and Dennis there really laid it all on the line for me, so I think it's probably the hardest time that I've done this climb. It really hurt today.
But of course there's still one stage to go, so can Richie still win? Well, if time bonuses and the now crucial countback go his way, it is still possible. But as Impey has shown this week, he's perhaps the better sprinter on paper. We'll have to wait and see what stage 6 brings for us. Definitely one for the fast men. 20 laps around an Adelaide street circuit is on the cards. Join us tomorrow when we might have finally managed to work out the countback rule. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and give us your predictions for tomorrow in the comments down below. Check out the highlights from yesterday's stage here, another nail biter, and for 7 World Tour newcomers to watch in 2018, click here.